Hello, and welcome to this session of Talking Tech, Girls and Women in ICT. My name is Aaliyah John, and today I'm delighted to be representing Breakthrough Tech in the capacity of a UNICC Wintern 2021. I'm excited to be discussing tech and tech careers with Ms. Tima Soni, Chief of the Cybersecurity section here at UNICC. Talking Tech is a series celebrating girls and women in tech being recorded all around the world between Girls in ICT Day 2020 and Girls in ICT Day 2022. This is an international day marked on the fourth Thursday of each April. In 2021, this day would be on the 22nd of April. The objectives are to help to create a global environment that empowers and encourages girls and young women to consider studies and careers in the growing field of information and communications technologies. Talking Tech series is brought to you by the ITU, UNICC, and the Office of the UN Secretary General's Envoy to Youth, and is in support of Equal, the global partnership of gender equality in the digital age. Breakthrough Tech is pleased to be a partner in this session today. To kick this session off, I'm excited and honored to have this conversation with Tima Soni, who is the Chief of the Cybersecurity section at UNCC. Quite an admirable woman, Tima received the CSO 50 award in 2017 and 2020. She worked for the organization in the prohibition of chemical weapons at the time the organization received the Nobel Peace Prize. She joined UNICC in 2016 and has held her position since 2019, where she oversees UNICC's cybersecurity team for more than 40 experts in New York, Valencia, Rome, and Geneva for UNICC's more than 30 subscribers to their information security services. She has served as Chief Information Security Officer for several UNICC partner organizations, including UN Women and the Pan American Health Organization. She is currently also serving as a CISO for the United Nations Population Fund. A more gender-balanced tech sector is definitely something that I'm passionate about and working towards. So I'm delighted to shift the conversation to a conversation with Tima Soni, Chief of the Cybersecurity section here at UNICC. Hi, Tima, and thank you for being part of our series.
Hi, Aaliyah. Thanks a lot for having me. I'm super excited to talk to you about cybersecurity and this specific topic.
Great. I'll just start with my questions. So, when and how did you get into technology?
I got into technology almost 20 years ago when I completed my bachelor's and I was looking for a job, and and I thought that technology is the right thing to do, and I enrolled myself into a master's program in technology, and that's how I started.
Great. As a young woman, as like myself, who is also interested and would like to work in the field of cybersecurity, I'd love to hear about your path from then to now.
So security has always interested me because of my family's background. My father was also into a security organization, and I really liked to be in security, whether it was physical security or IT security. I wanted to do something in security, and when I started to study technology, I thought that okay, it's really interesting to secure technology, and that's how I started to look at cybersecurity as an option for my career. Back in those days, there was nothing like cybersecurity. It was generally IT, and IT experts who are by default expected to secure the technology that they're handling. So the information security industry, I think, had a boom, I would say 15 years ago, and then that's when we started to see roles that were dedicated to cybersecurity extensively. There were some organizations which were very mature and they had cybersecurity roles, but extensively we didn't have these roles, and administrators were expected to secure and build secure systems.
Okay. Do you mind what did you do your degrees in?
I did my master's in information technology.
Oh, great.
That was
Okay.
my first master's, and then I did my second master's in cybercrime and computer forensic investigation from the Dublin University
Wow,
later on.
that's really interesting.
Yeah.
What do you like best about your job that you're doing right now?
Well, I really like talking to people. I'm a very people person. I love talking to people, and I have meetings from morning to evening because I have a lot of meetings, and I talk to people, and I spread knowledge, and so that's one of the key things that I love talking to people, and I love helping people and helping people to secure uh, the technology that they are working in. In my current role, it's a very interesting position. We are sitting right in the center of the UN family. I consider ICC as the technology lighthouse within the UN family. So we sitting here, we can actually we have a panoramic view of what's going on in the UN, and therefore we get a very good view from a security perspective of what's going on within the UN, and we can make a big impact because we are administering, managing the IT resources of many organizations. So we can make a big impact from that perspective and support agencies in improving their cybersecurity posture. That's the one thing I like the most. The second thing is, of course, the people in ICC. They're all amazing people or technologists. It's a unique place to be in the UN system because we are a technology shop sitting in the UN. We are sitting right in between the commercial sector and in the UN sector. We are somewhere in between. So we perform and we need to, and our success is driven by our performance and the more good quality services that we produce. So that has also been very motivating for me because we have built this whole team and the team members are amazing. All of them are working very hard. That's another thing I like about working in ICC, that the entire team that I'm leading, they're all motivated security colleagues, security professionals, practitioners, and they all work towards improving the cybersecurity posture within the UN. So that's another thing I really like about working in ICC, and of course leading this very beautiful team that I have. And I'm also privileged to get this opportunity to build these shared services within the UN family, and also to help my team grow. They're all doing a great job.
That's amazing. I loved hearing about that. You talked about your team and how you love working with them. Can you share an example or two of something that you've done in tech or with tech that you're particularly proud of?
I'm proud of all the work that we have done in ICC. Uh, ICC did not have a cybersecurity practice before I joined ICC. We were mostly seen as a hosting organization. I was managing the backend infrastructure for systems for agencies. The moment I joined ICC, I was tasked to build these cybersecurity services for the UN family. And with the support of many people within ICC, I was able to understand how ICC works and build these varying cybersecurity services that we have built. It ranges from supporting the CISOs within different UN organizations to doing security operations, like we have built a SOC. In the last 2 years, our SOC has operationalized. We have a threat intelligence service where we are supporting 30 plus UN organizations. We built the common UN PKI, which is running as the which is running as the common UN PKI for the UN system. And yeah, we've built so many shared services which are being extensively used by our agencies. I'm not saying that they're really the best that we have built. We have a lot of room for improvement. We are not perfect. We are constantly learning and helping our agencies to become more better and support them even better. So yeah, I mean, this is one thing I'm particularly proud of, at least of the work that I've done in ICC. In OPCW, we did a lot of great things as well. There also, we had a great team in security. We were supporting the Syria mission. I remember when situation in Syria was not so good a few years ago, and we were supporting them building secure solutions for the teams who were there in Syria to communicate securely with the headquarters in The Hague. And that was also something that we built. And we didn't have a lot of resources, like UN organizations don't have a lot of money to spend. We need to be very creative and innovative to come up with solutions and support the agencies in securing the infrastructure they have with little resources, with budgets that are constantly shrinking.
That's great. That's really interesting to see how everything changed since you began and since you've been working now. But I know that all of this change just couldn't have happened without some minor obstacles, maybe even major obstacles. So can you tell me about a lesson that you've learned along the way that you'd like to share?
Well, I'm optimistic by nature. So every adverse solution, every adverse problem, or every adversity that comes up, I try to find a solution and something positive in it. When I joined ICC, we were kind of lost to even try to understand where should we start to build these security services. And we began to talk to multiple agencies, the security people, the security practitioners in other organizations, the IT colleagues. They all helped us, gave us ideas to look at services which they think would help them in implementing or doing their work more securely. So I think talking to our agencies, understanding their pain points, and then coming back and then going back to the drawing board with my colleagues. I mean, in the BRMs, I had Prado, we had my director Samir, and we all used to brainstorm that these are these issues in cybersecurity, and all these agencies are in one way or the other facing these issues. There is no common solution. So we started to find the common denominators, and then we went back to the agencies that will this work for you if we build a service like this for you, will this work? And few agencies were I would say strong believers in ICC and in the work that we were planning to do. Without seeing much, they trusted us and they said that yes, go ahead and build it, and we'll subscribe to it. So we started very small at that point. We didn't have a lot of budget. We are a cost recovery organization, so we had to work with agencies to find them, to help them find budgets as well, so that we can build the shared services that would benefit the UN system in general. That was one thing. Lesson learned from that was keep talking to people, try to find solutions, even if the problems are difficult. Keep looking there, you will find a solution. There is a problem, there has to be a solution. So we keep on finding solutions to the problems that we were seeing. Secondly, you know, talking to agencies, talking to colleagues, to counterparts, and understanding their pain points helped us a lot. So going back to them again and again, they coming back to us, having the patience to hear them, having the patience to, and they having the patience to hear us and letting us grow. It's like a hand and glove thing. We need to be able to work with them so that we are building something that's useful for them. So that was another lesson learned, that be persistent and be honest with them, tell them what you're trying to do. And of course we had situations where we were not successful, so but because we were honest and we were always telling them that, see, this is the first time we're doing it, so it may not be successful, so please bear with us, and they would let us make mistakes and move forward. So even within my team, I strongly tell them that I'm not against making mistakes. Only those people who work make mistakes. Those who don't work make no mistakes. So if you're doing something, we are with you. I am with you. I support you fully, and go forward and give it your best. If you make a mistake, come back and tell me, and we work together to improve the situation. What I don't like is that people are making the same mistake again and again. So that's something that annoys me, but that's okay. That's how it is. So but we are a very open team. We talk to each other, we have disagreements, we disagree, we agree, and we move forward. So the lessons learned are these, that continue to be persistent and try to find solutions of problems. If there is a problem, there is a solution.
Wow, that's a leader that all of us need. Really nice. So my final question, since this is a series about girls and women in tech, do you have any career or tech advice for younger women in tech?
Yes, I do. The first advice is that speak your mind, be confident. Nobody is perfect. If you see people who are trying to pull you down, it's just because they think that they are perfect. Always remember that nobody is perfect. Humans make mistakes. So keep going, believe in yourself, and be truthful to yourself. Move forward and move forward. And there is no reason why you would not succeed. You would succeed. And yeah, that's one advice. And even in adverse situations where you are alone or you feel that you're left out, just take it easy. It's not the end of the world. uh, Try sometime else and move forward. Don't get disheartened if you are not getting an opportunity to succeed now. Just keep trying. Opportunity only comes to a prepared mind. So always be prepared. Look for options. If this one doesn't work, the other one will. And if it didn't work, there was something good that it didn't work. The other one will be even better. So just keep moving forward. Security is a very, very heavily is a very man dominated area. Security, it itself is also very man dominated. So both these fields together, you wouldn't see a lot of women around you. So don't get scared, or just speak your mind. Do your research thoroughly. Technically, if you're sound, you can question, you can understand, and you can move forward. And that's my advice. Move forward, don't move backwards. If you've come this far, you will go more far. So yeah.
Thank you for that advice. I would definitely note it.
Yes, definitely. And for women, of course, although I mean, I have always worked in teams that have more men than women, but I have never experienced myself a situation where I'm being pulled down, because I think that I think the people nowadays, people all understand it's about knowledge, it's about what a person is saying and not who the person is. So uh, yeah, so keep moving forward. The world is changing. It's I would say if it were 100 years back, the situation would have been different. It's much better.
Thank you. Do you have any questions for me?
So Ayla, now tell me about you. How did you come into technology?
So I've always loved math, but in high school, I really developed a love for the challenge and the rush that came when I solved math and coding problems. When I was looking into university, I noticed that John Jay, the college that I go to, it had a degree that would combine both my love for criminal justice, which was passed down from my parents because both of them work in the criminal justice field, and computer science and math, which is cybersecurity. And I also realized the lack of women in technology, especially women of color. So I wanted to be a part of that change. And I'd just love to be a role model for younger women who look like me but are intimidated by joining this male dominated field, as you said.
Sure. So what do you like most about it?
I really love that this industry is perfect if you're looking for constant challenges in your work. So I love being able to solve problems and offer new options for things that we never even noticed needed to be fixed. Working in tech ensures that nobody, no matter what subsection that you're working in, your work would never be boring. It also brings to light something else that I love about it, which is the variety. While tech is an industry all on its own, we can work in law enforcement, medicine, entertainment, financial services, virtually anything. So this allows us to kind of feed multiple passions by giving us the best of both worlds in our careers. So I love that about tech.
That's cool. And that's very true. Technology is everywhere, it's ubiquitous now. And it's difficult for people to survive with no technical skills. So, technology is everywhere, and I think the future of people in technology is quite bright. What's something that you would have done in or with tech that you are particularly excited or proud of?
So this program that I'm doing right now at UNICC, it's called a Winternship. So it's just a short 3-week internship. I did the same thing last winter at this company called Cognizant Soft Vision, along with three other young women. So when we started, we were hit with major imposter syndrome because we had to build an app and none of us who had prior experience with the software. So in my opinion, I think that the best thing about a team is developing a strong relationship with your team members because we're nothing without a team. So throughout these weeks, I learned about the girls on a personal level. And when we began getting stressed and doubting ourselves, the relationship that we had built helped us to help each other, to bring the focus back around, delegate tasks, and play on each other's strengths. And in the end, we were able to build a fully functioning application to manage the company's events that succeeded all of our expectations. So I'm really proud of that project that I did last winter.
Wonderful. So that's quite exciting and challenging, and I am here happy to hear that you were able to come forward and move forward. So,
Thank you.
what are your plans? What are your next steps in tech? What do you want to do?
So right now I'm a junior at John Jay. I'm on the track to graduate next spring with my bachelor's. But until then, I will continue to delve into different areas of tech to help me to make a more informed decision of what particular subsector that I see myself working in the future. So I've always, as I mentioned before, had a keen interest in cybersecurity. So this summer, I will be interning at American Express with a cybersecurity internship, which would hopefully give me a more detailed perspective of about working in this field. I'm also a fellow at CUNY Tech Prep, where I would be developing a data science project this semester, and I am continuing research at my college in cyber threat intelligence through my college's undergraduate research program. So this will help me to decide whether or not I want to pursue a PhD after I graduate next year. So I'm kind of just testing the waters right now in tech and just getting every opportunity possible.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's nice. So, do you have any message for young women in tech, or maybe even not to say young women, but companies or academic organizations, or even me, who's been in this industry for quite long? So, I'd love to hear your perspective.
I think my advice would just be to go for it. I feel like a lot of us doubt ourselves a lot. So just go for it, seize the opportunity. There's so many resources out there for us. I say apply to any and everything. And when you get these opportunities, no matter what, just know that you're there because you belong to be there. Because sometimes in these fields, as you said before, we see all these men, we feel kind of intimidated, like, do I really belong here? But just know that you're there because you're supposed to be there and you are worthy of being there.
Wonderful, wonderful. I totally agree with you. So it was very nice speaking to you and knowing your experience and your knowledge and your path in technology. It's amazing. And I can tell you that there's many more women now than when I started. So
That's great.
the situation is improving, and I think more and more women are getting the opportunity to live their dreams.
Absolutely. There's so many opportunities out there for us now. Well, that wraps out our session of talking tech today. Thank you so much, Tima. I really enjoyed our chat, and thank you so much to our viewers for watching.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you.